You won't believe. I just found this in my house, eh? I forgot I stashed it. What the fuck? I'm gonna get rid of it now. Burn the evidence.
Everybody look what's going down. Murder in the first degree. Homicide in my crib harassing me. She just jam the needle in her arm that she can't speak. It's a cold world that we live in. Take it from me. Yeah, in the end, everything I see and have seen is but a dream within a dream. Long days, cold nights, over feast.
Every day, motherfucker. I should celebrate. Just roll it up in one big one. Eh? Not huge, but you know, bigger than just one little one. This I got homie on standby. You don't want any part of this. We're gonna leave you retarded shit. Not giving a fuck who started it. Try and meet how far you get. A bunch of goons and a bunch of stolen lips. As far as I'm concerned, yeah, he got what he deserved. It's the life that we live, it's the life that we live, it's the life that we live, motherfucker. It's the life that we live, it's the life that we live, it's the life that we live, motherfucker. It's the life that we live, it's the life that we live, Don't fall off, I need that. It's about the size of Tupac's head, eh? It's bigger head, Joe, you know? It's wider than the cigarette, doesn't it? These are all the crumbs that fell off that bud, just sitting there. I guess that must have been a week. It must have been sitting there. I don't remember weighing it out. I'ma eat. If I'm a burn for a plate, might as well make it a feast. Mixed with the cane, now they cooking right. Let them walk. What's the fucking jacket, eh? All this stupid shit over here, and it wouldn't matter, eh? It's all plastic, it don't fucking matter, it don't break. I don't know, maybe. I told the judge to go fuck himself in court today. I think he's a bossy boy, fucking on layaway. He's gonna pay his way by sucking dicks again. I told him if he fucks around, he's gonna meet my fucking brethren.
Money motivated mind, fiends standing corners, I will these be on the fucking grind. This all the time, every day, you know I gotta ride. Money be a girl, say goodbye, style it, bitches mine. It's just another day, another crime, we live in the devil's way, like renegade. Watching two big crazy, these are the end of days. Get on your knees and pray, like you're about to meet the Lord today. Slowly starting to
light it up, light it up, brethren. Light it up, set it up, set it up, set it up. With a Kalashnikov and a Molotov. Your whole family tree. I think I'll fit in one paper. I'm gonna fit it all in one paper then. Fuck it.
Look at all this. I don't even get see that. Oh,
There ain't no peace, all I see is violence in the streets. Junkies in the alleyway, homie broke his by any means. Random robberies just to feed. Who's the ass of asking what it's like to be me? It's just the nature of the beast. No warning, we just sink our teeth. We rip the competition apart. Once the gun goes off, it gets on. He played it till he passed on. I grown man cry like a hoe.
what a sad song.
All my soldiers put your flags on. We gon' bang to the song. I keep the strap like an ace in the hat. Yeah, I'd rather get caught with the
But without it, where I'm at, aiming at the back of your hat, a snap back, when I make your head snap back, snap your neck, hit you with a tech. I'm on deck. Oh, maybe it will take you. I don't know. Hold on. Maybe I'll just put another paper, make it longer. Usually I could eyeball this shit. I think it's been a while since I wrote a proper joint, huh? Like a day or two or something. I know last night I'm laughing at myself for dropping my crystals and shit on the ground, like little resiny shit. Yeah, that's a two paper. Hold on. Don't talk shit. Get your burner, homie. Cutting the cop up with a dirty razor blade. That ain't stainless. Motherfucker will leave your brainless. Hey, what's that smell? Someone laid dust all up in these house. What the fuck is that? Oh. It's the jacket, eh? Yo, sometimes these papers take 20 minutes to burn. Would I make it take 30? I did the fucking extra long ones, fucking 20 minutes to break it all up, an hour to burn the whole thing. What the fuck? I ain't got time for that, man.
The nature of the beast, the nature of the beast, yeah, the nature of the beast.
Banging on white boys, making white noise with the black toys. I don't give a fuck about the noise. Lay off those that lay off you, fuck off the rest. I don't give a fuck, you the best. We don't need no best. Unless we cold hearted, trying to stay warm on the block. I don't give a fuck if it's a dot for the hollow spot. Did you get it? I stay in abandoned hallways with hollows. I don't give a fuck about. Yeah, probably. Sometimes it's all we still get by. We live in our lives, so people better die. I know what to do.
weed. So my soul for a black flag in the triple B. All I know is cold nights in this
Oh,
crack
fuck,
house.
come on. It's fucking here. There we
Close your
go.
eyes and try to match what I see. Baby, my heart's cold, cause I lost my mama OD. And now the hell in my arms, and she died right in front of me. Baby, that's why I can't let you fuck front of me. My pants ain't for me,
Means a gun on me.
if you're gonna me, pour me.
Means that you're gonna bleed.
Listen, I really do it for the streets. I do it for my dogs, locked down in penitentiaries for all my homies and they broken families. I pray that one day you get to finally be at peace. Until then, it's crack sales and robberies. It's all good. Cause in the end, this black flag's all I really need. It's all I really need. It's all I really need. Black flag is all I need. My life like this every day of the week. Sometimes it's all, but we still get by. We just living our lives. Some people prepared to die. I said this black flag is all I need. Live my life like this every day of the week. Sometimes it's all, but we still get by. We just living our lives. Some people prepared to die. Yeah. Sometimes I feel like I was born without a chance. It's true, no one ever offered me a helping hand. Everything in my life I had to fight to have. So remember the gun in my waist can be quickly put in front of your face. Maybe take it there. I do the type of shit
They make the neighbors stare, but they don't care. They ain't all in the top. Pulling out the AR-22s with another jam like a peanut butter glass. I don't give a fuck if nasty for peanut butter roll, but I got your bitch on my I don't give a fuck.
Still have to be raised in this shit, yeah, raised in this shit. This black flag is all I need. My life like this every day of the week. Sometimes it's all, but we still get by. We just living our lives, some people prepared to die. I said this black flag is all I need. Live my life like this every day of the week. Sometimes it's all, but we still get by. We just living our lives, some people prepared to die. They say the casket is where we get arrested. Until then, it's this black flag and this chrome strap. Pulling jack moves while I walk on this jagged path. I'm a soldier, raise myself to be a G. Me, I had to hustle and eat. Coming up, just a child running wild in the streets. Did more time at Dewey than most bills and stony. My home like the government been trying to suck
the life out me.
But there's no excuses, no, it's useless. Just find
What's
your
up,
purpose
Doc?
and now I
Runs
found
his
mine.
block
I'm
and
making
clock
it
and
nervous.
clock.
It's black flag. It's
Knock.
more than just a rag. It's more than just
No
a
knock,
cause.
get it?
It's the
No
color of
knock.
the heart. It's the
For
symbol of our cause. It's all I
Remington.
need
I
when
don't give a
everything else
fuck.
is
Hit you
lost.
with the Remington. Feel. I don't give a fuck. How does the HIV needle feel? Up in your main day. I've been fucking up your crew ever since the mainframe days. I'm in a fucking haze. I'm never gonna change my ways. Fuck, how is it not sticking right there, man? So somebody vandalized the cenotaph, and I think it's hilarious. Is that what it's called? The cenotaph, the fucking war memorial in front of the courthouse. All you asshole tourists come up here, take pictures of the fucking holding cells, take the fucking pictures of the courthouse. Like, look, here I am in front of the building where all those criminals go. What's the fucking tourist draw to that? I don't go to your fucking town to take a picture of the county jail, eh? Like, what the fuck? If I did, it'd be from the inside, though. Oh, well, we already missed the top of the hour. Fuck it. Line them up right there. That's all right. I did weigh that shit too. What did it weigh? It's like over 350 milligrams of fucking weed in there. So there should be over 100 milligrams of THC. It takes about 80 to get a buzz. So. Think I didn't know the science? I'm blind with the science. Because I'm a fucking rascal. Did you get it? Cash crop, global warning. You didn't get it? It's all good. The northern touch. The northern... Oh, fuck, it's all wobbly. Pitch that down a bit. I could have used this morning, but I guess I'm glad I found it now. I could have used it last night. I could have used it this morning. I got by the morning, but I don't know how the fuck I forgot it. I really don't. I know what it is. I take everything out of my pockets at night. In the morning, I don't put everything back in. I just take what I need, right? It's fucking what I remember needing. Fuck. Oh, did I just do that for real? Yeah, it's cold as fuck. I know it gets way colder than this. Just it was like minus 15 and fuck. I know it gets to minus 20, minus 30, minus 40, but like I know minus 15 ain't as cold as it could get, but it's fucking cold right now, man. You got to get the remote starter to fucking because you can't get in your car. The lock is filled with ice and the fucking door don't want to cooperate. It's jamming and fucking. You need the remote starter. Turn your heater on. Turn your heater knobs on high. And, oh, you don't have knobs no more. You got these digital computer controlled heaters, eh? Too bad. You gotta use your smartphone and your data plan to do that shit now. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna knock all sorts of shit off if I keep fucking wearing this. No, I don't care. Yeah, I'm gonna take the fucking jacket off. Jesus, yeah, I just love that. Eh? Without any further delay, let's light this shit up. I don't know, I could turn the news on. Why? Fuck it. You could turn the news on yourself. Fuck up. Oh, you know what? I bet that graffiti thing. Yeah, I flipped the bird at the camera. Oh, you think we disrespecting war vets? No, you're disrespecting war vets. You don't know all the ways they get treated differently than the white soldiers, and fucking go look it up. Not allowed in the Legion. Not allowed to get the loans and grants the white soldiers get. Not allowed to fucking use a tractor on your farm. You own the farm. You could own a tractor. You can't use it. You can work for a white farmer on his farm with your tractor. You could, you know, like you, but you cannot use somebody else's tractor on your fucking farm or your brother's farm. But he's native. Like it's fucking retarded, man. All equal, eh? You had thousands of dollars in cash and we don't. It's all equal, eh? He's allowed to drive a tractor, but I gotta do this shit by hand? Fuck. We're the new breed. You think you don't like the way we look? We don't like the fucking way you look. We're the new breed, man. So what race am I? Or is it what skin color? Or is it what status? Is it capitalized B, lowercase w? Is it CC, CK? Is it fucking YTE, ITE? What is it? What is it, brethren? I think I'm the only one, eh? I'm the only black Nazi from Nova Scotia, eh? There's a clothing line dedicated to it, but I'm the only black Nazi from Nova Scotia, eh? In Toronto, from Toronto, whatever, in Toronto. Don't matter. I'm not fucking from here. Born here. Doesn't mean I'm from here, man. It's not the same thing. I ain't going nowhere else. Fuck, look how long I've been here. What the fuck am I supposed to do? You know what? I want to see if this graffiti thing shows up on here. They're always leaving stuff on the front lawn of City Hall, and there's no camera there, right? Why the fuck you leaving stuff there? Of course it's gonna get fucked with. Oh, what am I doing? What the fuck am I doing? If I had this, why the fuck was I buying weed if I had this? I could have kept the money till the next day and got a better deal, and I'd still have weed now. I do have weed now. What the fuck am I saying? What the fuck?
Come on, all my gang life soldiers, put your hands up, put your hands up, yeah.
I've been rapping all day for 2 days, but I can't fucking sit down and do it when I'm recording. What the fuck? Fucking JavaScript. Fuck.
Lord knows this time my man gon' post no bell. Got a chest full of sins, guaranteed to go to hell. That's my soul soaring down the line. Fucking ain't worth the time trying to fly. This shit got me feeling bulletproof. Little voice in my head like
I dare you to shoot.
you wanna rock with me, you better tie the shoes. Well, there is no fucking rules. So this broke niggas rules. In the hood they still dying.
It's not loading thing. I got the header. What the fuck?
Then you can still hear the sound. Babies are crying and daddies can't be there. Some were even locked up before they were born. Never even have their own child in their arms. He said the CIC's reinvent the definition of coming apart. Got me wondering where the
What
fuck
the
is
fuck
God.
just happened here?
And still I remember like today was yesterday. Sipping blood, mixing Alizé. Just me and Mary J. Singing it gon' be okay. It gon' be okay. Yeah, it gon' be alright. You said you need eyes to drive. Talk too hard. Give a fuck about anything. Shut your damn mouth.
Cherry, eating crow, pie, another dawn, no more. You wait down the river, down river sewage. Get it? Funny wordplay, yeah. Old City Hall cenotaph vandalized overnight. Old City Hall cenotaph vandalized overnight. Ye broke faith. You consider that fucking vandalism? That's pretty religious. Well, the only word I saw was broke, and I wasn't sure the first part I saw E, but they were scrubbing it off. How come black people have to scrub the shit off with 8 fucking police officers watching them and 2 fucking news cameras? Get it your own damn self. So ye broke faith. Toronto police are investigating. Yeah, what are you going to investigate? What color spray paint it is? After the old City Hall cenotaph was vandalized overnight. The jailhouse courthouse cenotaph. Yeah. Yeah, my bloodline's been fighting for freedom for here forever, but like all of a sudden I'm supposed to be in a cell for you? Get the fuck off the land, nigga. Officers were notified of the incident around 7 a.m. Tuesday. Oh, the writing spray paint. Oh, okay. The writing spray painted on the front of the cenotaph appears to say, no, it does say, ye broke faith. Put it in capital letters, asshole. It's not camel caps. It's all capitalized. It's not a quote if you fuck it up, eh? And on the back it says, with us. Ye broke faith with us. You did, bitch. This comes just one day after Remembrance Day ceremonies took place at the foot of the cenotaph, which honors Canadian soldiers who have died in war. Well, I didn't tell you to put my fucking court date today, stupid. Crews arrived at the cenotaph around 11 a.m. Tuesday morning to remove the graffiti. Yes, what were you people doing? You were painting it over or some shit. I don't know what the fuck they were using. If it came off, it wasn't vandalism because the paint we use don't come off. That ain't the new concrete, eh? The new concrete, you spray paint and write markers on it, and the shit fucking wipes off somehow. It's like stainless, it's like non-stick or something, you know. It's like stainless steel or some shit. It wipes clean. You took a picture of the front, but not the back. Are you guys that fucking lazy? You couldn't walk that far around. You lazy cocksuckers. If you were gonna step that far back, you could have got the whole thing in, you know. Like, what the fuck, man? You people have no fucking... You did break faith. Look at you. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck, bro. It's a piece of fucking concrete. And it says the truth, eh? You fucking motherfuckers. I did not tell you to put Remembrance Day on Monday and my court date on Tuesday. How come I'm not on Wednesday, you fucking idiots? The fucking legal aid people, duty counselors, telling me 9 a.m. docket is for people with representation and 11 a.m. is for people without representation. No, 11 a.m. is for first appearances after making bail, your first appearance after release. And then 9 a.m. is for everybody else. Okay, so how come I've been on 9 a.m. the whole fucking time? I didn't have no 11 a.m. court date, I don't think. Did I? I don't remember that. I'm supposed to keep track of the rules they make up. They just make it up when they tell it to me. I'm a lawyer. You know, you're a fucking student, buddy. You're like my doctors. I got 6 fucking doctors that are all fucking students. They can't write a prescription. They'll argue with me and beg me for 30 fucking minutes to sit down again and stay. And telling me they promise they're going to write the prescription and they never do it. What the fuck's the point in that? And they're billing like every fucking month for my appointments that I should be making. They're telling me I should be making, so they get to bill OHIP for that. I'm not even doctors. The fuck is this shit? St. Joseph's Urban Family Health Team. And they're expanding. How the fuck are you expanding when I go in there and you're telling me that I'm not supposed to be in there? Nobody's supposed to be in there. It's done. It's closed. I have an appointment. Oh, yeah, you can come in. Oh, because you know who the fuck I am. How come the whole fucking unit's cleared out when my appointment time comes up? That's a little fucking creepy, too. Oh, fuck. I don't give a fuck about this old City Hall cenotaph vandalized. I want to know what time it was vandalized at. They were notified of it around 7 a.m. I find it more interesting that the clock up there used to have 2 guys in it that actually rang the bell manually, supposedly, up until like a few years ago. I don't need any of that. I don't need this. I don't need that. I don't need that. Searching for service. Me too. Me too. Searching for service. SFS. Capital S, small f, capital S. Why is service capitalized? Why isn't it all capitalized? What the fuck? You make fun of me for not capitalizing shit. It's like, no, you're fucking doing it wrong. I'm doing it right, apparently, because even the machines are doing it this way.
Around 6 from the 6, got a bone to pick. Have you thought of my dome at 6? Cocky even after how many bullets really miss. Praise be to Allah, my enemy can't hit they talk.
I'm not worried about bullets. I got cars aiming for me, bro. Bullets only this big. The car's like 2 fucking tons. Well, what's the smallest car? Like a 1.5 tons or something? Sedans and shit I'm talking. The bullet will get you fucking 10 fucking federal charges. The fucking hitting somebody with a car gets you $150 fine and 2 points. Wow, thank you. So I could pay $3 grand for an ounce of coke or a gun, or I could pay like $1,000 and get a bucket, drive around it and just hit random people, right? Not random, but hit the people I want to hit at random, you know. Targeted violence, not random. The public can't put up with that, right?
That's right, I keep a weapon right here with me. Yeah, the boys get the winning. It's the whole world versus me. They all love to get me, especially my homies. It's like I'm driving blindfolded, don't know where I'm going. Next shot could be the devil's spot, could be the Reaper's crib. Either way, I
Don't give a shit. Long time since I've been innocent.
Yeah, he knew where he wanted to be. Right after he made his first 80 G's. You wanna take something from him? You want to pull and squeeze. Learn from the OGs, took after the top dogs, like with the shoes on, and I'll save you. Cause ain't no priest that gon' save me.
One of these is water and
The
don't
dog
do
in the heartbeat. Probably why his mama had a lot of late nights, like a lot of sleep. Victim of a boy's dream. Be like poison running through his veins. Mistakes made, things forever change. Now the ones he once loved don't recognize his face. It's funny how it happens, but he ain't laughing. Truth is, his heart full of sadness.
I know I let it go out for a few minutes, but that's still a nice burn time.
I dare motherfucker try to talk my shit. Ain't nobody on my level. Get the fuck out of here.
The fuck
That's
out
that
of here.
real shit, Chilo.
That was the only news story that interested me, man.
I'm a ride, till they bury me. All that talking on your breath, they scaring me. You keep on pushing me, it's like you're tearing me. Like I won't pop, leave them there to play. Ride,
Burst your bubble, double
all that talking on your
trouble.
breath, they scaring me. You keep on pushing me.
Red too stoned like Barney Rubble. You go home in a
Used to skip class to make cash. It's the one I never passed. Teacher always talking about something I don't really care about.
It's mostly
See, when
lies.
I'm done here, gotta go home. And sometimes home ain't the place you wanna go. When the crowded room, I feel alone. He watched his mother who did die in his arms. And then they wonder why he acts so.
Causes others
I
harm.
was even betting against me back then. I was never supposed to be shit. Listen to be locked up or dead. Tell me how am I alive?
If you're aiming for my head,
Get the fuck out of here.
y'all ain't killing shit.
I was born for a greater purpose. Because of that, I know I make you nervous. Careful, there's a demon lurking underneath the surface. I do this in the memory of my dogs, dead and deceased. Every scar, every tattoo is something to me. Yeah.
I'm a ride, till they bury me. All that talking on your breath, they scaring me. You keep on pushing me, it's like you tearing me. Like I won't pop, leave them there to play. Ride, till they bury me. All that talking on your breath, they scaring me. You keep on pushing me, it's like you tearing me. Like I won't pop, leave them there to play.
Ain't no one talk this shit. 2014, that right now. 2014. Fuck it. Yeah. Can't fuck with this shit. Can't fuck with this. I ain't getting bail. So
Yeah.
run till they catch me. I ain't scared of y'all. So
You have to dead me.
before I ever stop. I'm a giant in the fast lane. Get your
Toes the fuck out the way.
This year I'm stomping on every day. Put the coke in and out.
Fucking think I'm playing.
I want triple back. Fucking what you think I'm playing, boy. Got killers across the country just waiting for the order. Got the product from across the border. Your guns on layaway, mine on standby. Send my condolences, yeah. Heard your man died. Got that good if you're trying to get high. Just follow my lead
And you'll be just fine.
Yeah, I came from a place where it's easy to lose faith. Had to learn the hard way, the only way.
I think I'm ready for the news now.
Had to earn these scars just to write this song. I work for the great nigga once the music stops. No time to wish upon a star. Maybe one of my enemies feeling great today. Thinking a buck of my north, survival at all costs. Whatever it takes, a zero limit mind state. No room for error, no room for mistakes.
I'm a ride, till they bury me. All that talking on your breath, they scaring me. You keep on pushing me, it's like you tearing me.
I'm only aware of one other graffiti expert in North America. It's a cop or former cop in Texas or some shit.
They scaring me. You keep on pushing me, it's like you
But the difference is people email him photos of graffiti and he tells them what it means, and I don't really tell you much of what it means except what you can already see for yourself, or if it's real old. Like, I'll tell you out of date shit. Otherwise, I'm just showing you what I see. I'm not, it's not nothing. I'm not telling you shit. Think I know who all these people are? I guess I know their names at best. Alright, let's see if we can be fucking serious for a minute.
So it is still slow from the Humber Bridge to about Parkside.
Fuck.
And once you're past Parkside, things improve for you. If you don't even want to sit in that delay, which will likely be gone within the next few minutes, you can always take the eastbound Lakeshore, and that'll get you into downtown without any delays. We've got no problems on the westbound Gardner, and the DVP is fine in both directions. Still have some volume on the eastbound 401 from Yonge and the Express and approaching Bayview Collectors to Leslie, and then slows again Victoria Park to Kennedy in the Collectors. As well, there is a construction spot on the westbound 401 at Brock Street in Whitby. The left lane is blocked, and there's a minor delay just as you enter this construction zone. A problem on the 400 northbound has cleared. The issue on the ramp to Finch now cleared off, but we do have this 400 northbound construction through the King En route service center. The right lane is blocked in this area. Minor delay because of that. And just be aware, if you're traveling up the 400 heading for Barrie, north of about Highway 88, you'll be into snow squall activity with some whiteout conditions reported. It's pretty bad in some areas, being told by traffic spotters. Same issue on the 404 northbound, north and southbound, but north of about Davis Drive.
Traffic spotters and
heading
train
up through
spotters.
Newmarket and on to the top end, we've got snow squalls and whiteout conditions. As well, you'll find areas to the northeast and northwest of the city also seeing the same issues, and it's all snow squall activity coming off of
white patches
Huron,
all
so
over,
that's what's
man.
really causing the issue there.
I've never been
As you
so
turn
glad
the
in my
remainder
life I don't have
of the highways out here
tattoos,
in the
eh? That would
GTA,
fuck
you're
them
in for a
right up,
fairly
eh?
quiet
That
drive.
would have
One
been
final
bad.
note
I'm
in
so
East
glad I
Willow,
didn't get
Queens
tattoos.
Hillside Road closed Woodbine to Warden for a collision investigation.
I had no intention
Right
of it.
now
I'm
at
just
Audi
glad I
Oakville,
didn't.
Lisa, 2019 Audi A3 for $348 per month at 1.98% with $6,588 down. Plus get a
that's
$3,000
fine.
Audi
Fuck.
event credit. Details at Audi
But
Oakville.
if I got $6,000, I don't need to lease a car. I'll just go buy a car.
Accumulating snow to the north end of the GTA. Finally, some snow squalls overnight tonight. To a very temperatures about 5 degrees colder than last night. We're down to
That's what it sounds like when women talk to me, eh?
-20.
I'm not even fucking joking. That was exactly what I fucking hear when they start talking. Holy shit,
A
slow
little
the
bit of
fuck
afternoon
down.
cloud, but staying dry through the day. Tonight we're down to a low -14 degrees.
Right now in downtown Toronto, -7 degrees. It feels like -17 with that wind chill at Pearson Airport. -10 degrees, feeling like -14. 680 News Time, 8:34.
Well, as if all that snow wasn't enough, there's now a major chill in the air. The city of Toronto issued an extreme cold weather alert as the temperature is set to drop to -20 with the wind chill overnight.
Yes.
680's
Jesus Christ, bro.
With the
What the fuck
details.
is wrong with you people?
Lucas, if you're already
Why'd you
inside
move
tonight,
here?
Stay there. Temperatures are down to -14 overnight with the wind chill, making it feel like -20 by the time you wake up. And if that wasn't bad enough, 680's meteorologist Natasha Ramsey says there could be a surprise guest.
Snow and blowing snow thanks to snow squalls across the north and east ends of the GTA. Could say a little bit of snow through the west end as well, but overnight we got to wait for those winds to ease. That'll pull the squalls back towards the lakes to the north.
And these extreme conditions make it tough on the city's homeless. City of Toronto's chief communications officer
shit.
says there are limited spaces to get warm.
We only have the one warming center. When an extreme cold weather alert is called, then the Metro Hall Warming Center opens up as a emergency type space where people can come in from the cold.
Metro
I
Hall
slept
did open
outside
at
at
7 this evening and will
-44,
stay open
motherfucker.
until that alert is lifted. Stay with 680 News for weather updates every 10 minutes on the ones. Reporting live, I'm Cam Dorrance.
What,
680 News
-40
time,
Celsius and -40
8:35.
Fahrenheit? It's the
One
same
woman has been rushed to
temperature.
hospital after she was rescued from a burning home near Islington and Lakeshore Boulevard in Etobicoke. Toronto Fire Captain David Eckerman tells 680 News the fire broke out in the home at 8th Street near Emerald Crescent just after 6 this evening.
The husband was able to self-evacuate. The wife was in need of rescue by Toronto Fire Service. I have no information on her injuries. However, I do know that she was transported to St. Joe's.
Oh, they are going to have a
Injuries
discussion,
are
trust me.
considered serious. Fire investigators remain on scene to determine the cause. The flames now out.
Toronto Community Housing Corporation has launched an investigation after a window AC unit fell from one of its apartment buildings in Scarborough, killing a two-year-old girl on the ground. Mayor John Tory calls it a tragic freak accident and hopes
They
the
can
review
give a
will
notice
answer the
at
key
any time
question:
for any
how did
reason.
it fall
Inspect the
8
unit
stories?
and go look at that air conditioner. 24 hours notice.
I'd rather not
They
comment
don't have to
on
give a reason.
anything other than to say that my thoughts are with the family involved and the people in that building, which I'm sure is traumatizing for them until we see the results of that investigation as to how this happened.
TCHC says it will take any appropriate action, calling once all the facts are known, rather. It also has staff on site at the building at 3847 Lawrence Avenue East.
Don Cherry making the media rounds today in hopes of clarifying comments he made during Saturday's edition of Coach's Corner that led to backlash against the hockey commentator. Speaking to City News this afternoon, the former Hockey Night in Canada host says Sportsnet wanted more of an apology than he was willing to give.
If I had to do over again, I think that I would have said a few different words.
So I'm apologizing, but I'm not giving in.
Come on and say, and I offered to put out a note or whatever you do, and it wasn't enough. They wanted me to do more, and I wasn't prepared to do it. It's that simple.
You can watch the full interview at 680news.com.
680 News Time, 8:37. The investigation continues into vandalism of the old City Hall cenotaph. Earlier this morning, someone discovered graffiti that appears to read "Ye broke faith" on the back of it and says "With us" in blue spray paint. These people tell 680 News the vandalism is troubling.
Quite sad, really, isn't it, that you would use something like this to spread some kind of message, which is pretty unclear.
I cannot understand how someone can do something
Allison
like
Murder
that.
was just looking at my pictures of me right next to the cenotaph using sidewalk chalk on this
The graffiti
ground.
has now been removed.
Rinsed away in the rain,
With
right?
Toronto police reporting a record high 427 shootings in the city this year already. The idea of a handgun ban in Toronto alone
The freestyle
is
makes
not
sense
enough
now.
for some advocates. 680's Mark Douglas reports from City Hall.
It's a push to
You don't know what I'm
take on
talking
gun
about, but I'm gonna
violence on
find it.
multiple levels far beyond the reach of the city of Toronto.
We're calling for a national ban on handguns and semi-automatic military assault weapons.
That's Dr.
What is a
Wendy Stuckey from the
semi-automatic
Coalition for
military
Gun
assault
Control.
weapon?
That group, just one of about a
You don't
dozen
have
or so
semi-automatic
standing together
military
at City
assault weapons.
Hall
They're
this
all
morning
fully
to
automatic.
make
This is
this
not
call.
the United
We've
States.
reached
They're all
the
fully
point
automatic.
where we
I
have
don't
to
give a
make a
fuck if you believe.
decision.
Go look it up. Go
Our
Canada,
children's lives
motherfucker.
or people's hobbies.
Mayor John Tory lending some support.
The
national
C9
handgun ban is something that
submachine
sort of
gun.
deals with that question I've always asked dealing with Toronto, which is why does anybody in Toronto need to have a handgun?
But Tory points out a gun ban would only help in a multifaceted approach to gun violence. From
It
City
ain't help
Hall,
shit.
I'm
It ain't
Mark
gonna be a
Douglas.
factor at
In
all.
Washington, the closed doors
All
of
the
the
bad guys with
House
guns are gonna know that all the good guys don't have guns
investigation of
anymore.
Donald Trump are about to swing wide open.
Carjacking, small
Americans
babies
and
gonna
the
go up
rest
to
of
the
the
roof.
world will have their chance tomorrow to hear testimony about the president's actions and decide whether or not he should be impeached. The proceedings mark a new phase into the probe of whether Trump abused his power by pressuring Ukraine's president to investigate his political rival.
The C6/M240 based on the MG42
680 News Talk
Hitler's bus
839.
1,200 rounds
I'm
per
David
minute.
Duke, co-owner of Bruce Chris Steakhouse in the
Interchangeable
GTA.
barrel.
I literally grew up in the steakhouse business. Started washing dishes and have done every job in the restaurant. I learned from the very best, Miss Ruth Patel, the founder of Bruce Chris Steakhouse.
I would say
call her
slightly
Aunt
like
Ruth. And I
smaller than
promise
a
you, my friend,
50
that
caliber,
our
like a
steak
typical 50
broiled
caliber.
at
There's lots of 50
1800
calibers,
degrees
right?
and
But
served sizzling is the
you can get a 50
best steak
caliber
that you'll
pistol,
ever
so
have.
there's no
And
comparison.
don't forget, as Lana says,
Look it up yourself.
come hungry, darling.
Now the 680 News gas price update. Enpro predicts the price will drop a cent at midnight to $1.14.9 a liter at most GTA stations. We'll have traffic and weather in 60 seconds. 680 News Time, 8:40.
This year, Nissan is helping you conquer the carpool. Drive home the Nissan Rogue with standard safety features like intelligent emergency
The C8 IUR is semi-automatic for the police. The C8 is fully automatic. The M4, whatever, A1234, whatever the fuck, you got too many letters and numbers. C for Canada. 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, that's easy.
Gateway Casinos wants to give you a chance to fall into cash this November. Visit Gateway Casinos Innisfil or Casino Ramo Resort Daily to earn entries to board the grand prize draws on November 29th. $25,000 and $100,000 cash prizes will be won in Ontario. And don't miss the weekly cash draws of $10,000 every Friday. Must be 19 years or older. Play smart. For full details and conditions, visit GatewayCasinos.com.
It's news time, 8:41. Time for traffic and weather together on the line. Here is Kyle Hawking.
This report is brought to you by, let me see here. This report is brought to you by Mr. Lube. We've got still these whiteout conditions north and sort of northeast and northwest of the GTA. You're traveling up the 400 or the 404, you're going to run into these conditions depending on the route you're on. So on the 400 northbound, about Highway 88,
I'm not telling you what I have
north
up
of
in the
that point
show.
up towards Barrie is where you're going to be into the majority of the heavy snow and whiteout conditions in some areas. And also the 404, it's sinking a little bit south, this weather system, so north of about St. John's Side Road or Mulock, just north of that area up through Newmarket and toward the top end into East Gwillimbury. So if you're traveling up this way, just be aware those weather conditions will deteriorate the further north you go. We have a new problem on the westbound QEW west of Dorval. The right lane is blocked with a stalled transport truck, but it's not really causing any delays in this area. We have a heavy tow on the scene. Minor delay on the westbound 401 through Brock Street. That's where the left lane is blocked with the construction that's been set up for some reason. So it's just a bit slow through the lane restrictions. And leftover volume on the eastbound 401, still Bayview to Leslie Express and Collectors. And from about Victoria Park to Kennedy in the Collectors. As far as the Gardner and the Don Valley Parkway go, both are in good shape now. Everything's east out.
Yeah, you just drive by. That's what, 5 minutes of your day. You ever walk that?
Downtown there, and again, the DVP is fine in both directions. In East Gwillimbury, off the highways, Queensville Side Road closed from Woodbine to Warden for a serious crash. York Regional Police says probably several hours for this closure. Drive into any Mr. Lube location for same-day tire services. Open every day, no appointment needed. Mr. Lube now offers tire services for all makes and models. Your next report at 8:51, and with the forecast, here's Natasha Ramsahai.
Snow squalls with whiteout conditions at times, much reduced visibility happening to the north and east ends of the GTA through this evening. And then overnight, it'll start pulling back towards Georgian Bay and Lake Huron, so things will start to dry out. We're down to a low of minus 14 degrees. Waking up to sun, but also wind chills near minus 20. Dress for that as you head out the door. We'll have increasing afternoon clouds high minus 3. And then snow returns Wednesday night. It'll continue into the Thursday morning commute. It's about 1 to 3 centimeters at this point. A couple of spots could see up to 5 centimeters, and then we'll dry out through the afternoon with a high of 1 degree. Tonight we're down to a low of minus 14 degrees.
Right now in downtown Toronto, a few clouds, minus 7. At Pearson Airport or Chile, minus 9 with a few clouds. As of next Monday, York Region Transit will no longer sell paper tickets or passes. It includes 10-pack tickets, monthly passes, and the GTA Weekly Pass. If you already bought some, the paper fare will be accepted until the end of June next year. Riders have the option to buy YRT fare using a Presto card or through their smartphones with the mobile payment app YRT Pay. Officials say most riders are already enjoying the benefits of Presto and YRT Pay. 680 News Time, 8:44.
Hi, Alan Merriam for Merriam Pianos. Holiday season is almost here, and you probably know that Merriam Pianos sells more baby grands than anyone in Canada, with the best selection and top piano experts. But you might not know that Merriam also sells more digital pianos than any other
cameras, but that won't make it on the air.
And we always match big box and online
What's the
pricing.
point telling you I did it?
Visit Merriam for special
Cameras
holiday
at the
savings
fucking
on
Old
our
City Hall.
entire piano selection.
I didn't know there was
Merriam
cameras there. I didn't
Pianos
even
in
realize
Oakville
there
and
was. I'm just going to fucking court. I didn't fucking make you fucking there.
Introducing Universal City Tower 3.
Took me 4 fucking hours to get cleaned up. 5. When did I get there?
3 minutes
Yeah,
from
it
the
took 5 hours to start cleaning it up.
2 minutes from the 401. 1 minute from the GO train. Tower 3 from the mid 300s. Register today at universalcitycondos.ca. That's universalcitycondos.ca.
This is All News Radio.
You don't know how many homeless fucking veterans and shit are in this fucking country yet?
A very
You
chilly
don't know?
-9. Good evening from the
I
16
know.
News Broadcast Center in downtown
But you
Toronto.
don't know.
I'm Caitlin Lee. Here are the top stories this hour. And yeah, it's not just you. It is freezing out there. The city of Toronto issuing an extreme cold weather alert. The temperature is set to feel like -20 with the wind chill overnight. A woman is in hospital with serious injuries after she was pulled from a house fire in Etobicoke.
You lock the
on 6 this
ATMs
evening.
at night to
A
keep
man
people
managed
from
to
sleeping
flee
in
the
there, and you
flames
heat those
before crews
motherfuckers in the winter
arrived.
and
Toronto
air
police are
conditioner in the
searching
summer.
for
I
Everett
fucking hate
State
you.
vandals.
You're spending
Someone
my
spray-painted the
money
old
to
City Hall
do that
cenotaph
for a machine. I
blue.
don't want you to do that. I want you to leave the fucking doors open so people don't die. And I need to get my money at night too, you assholes.
680 News Time, 8:45. Time for 680 Sports from Sportsnet 590 The Fan. Here is Colin Teskey.
You know, the Leafs are without Mitch Marner for at least a month, but they do get another important forward back. Zach Hyman returning to the lineup, and here's Gord Stellick.
This is a guy that came from a privileged Toronto upbringing, but he plays like he's a scrapper in the streets. Like he really, he doesn't play the prima donna type game. He doesn't act like a prima donna. He's what a pleasant surprise. What a great move by Kyle Dubas in acquiring him.
Leafs will face the red-hot Islanders tomorrow night. Happening now, Bruins and Panthers on Sportsnet. They were tied 0-0 after one until the Bruins erupting for 4 goals in the second. That included David Pastrnak scoring his 16th goal of the season. Meantime, how about a rookie scoring his first career NHL goal in Montreal?
And is beaten by Robinson. 1-0. It's his first National Hockey League goal. And what an impressive first period for Eric Robinson.
And right now, that goal is holding up after 40 minutes. The Jackets still have a 1-0 lead on the Canadiens. The Rangers have 2-1 on the Penguins. The Blues have just gone in front 1-0 on the Coyotes, and scoreless between the Jets and the Avalanche in the first. The Raptors will miss 4 regulars when they face the Portland Trailblazers tomorrow night. That will include Ochi Anunoby, who is out with an eye contusion. Sports at 15 and 45 fast every hour, or anytime on the home of Tim and Sid on TV and radio. Sportsnet 590. The Fan.
I'm not even gonna tell
680
you what I
News
just
Time, 8:47.
Why hire the gardener to clear your snow? Just imagine waking up when you want to. No time to experiment with your hair. Saving your back. The promotion you get by default because you're the only one who makes it to the Who Will Get the Promotion meeting. The look on your neighbor's face as you parade down your shoveled walkway. Hop in your car and drive away to the sound of happy. Hire the gardener. It's worth it. Get a quote in less than 60 seconds at hirethegardener.com.
OFX are global money transfer specialists helping people and businesses thrive in a fast-moving and evolving world. Whether you're a business looking to enter the global marketplace, a son or daughter sending money to family back home, or a retiree dreaming of an exotic next chapter, transact across borders with confidence. OFX
should have done it when it was cheaper to do so. You would have worked out better in the end.
24/7 human support and competitive rates. It's how the world moves money.
I have no real desire to go to a tourist
680 News
destination.
Time, 8:48. A
I wanna go to
U.S.
Somalia,
anti-hate organization has leaked emails that show a White House advisor promoting racist propaganda.
The Southern Poverty Law Center's Hate Watch blog has published emails sent by Trump advisor Stephen Miller to conservative news site Breitbart, in which the SPLC says Miller promoted white nationalist literature and racist propaganda. The emails were leaked by a former Breitbart editor who was fired. The SPLC says Miller sent the emails in 2015 and 2016. In one email, Miller included a link from an anti-immigration website that's published work by white nationalists. Asked to respond, White House Press Secretary Stephanie Grisham dismissed the SPLC as a far-left smear organization. I'm Mike Gracia.
680 News Time, 8:49. 3 men from Toronto are facing charges accused of ripping off a liquor store in Uxbridge of thousands of dollars worth of booze. Witnesses saw 2 men go into the Wellwood Drive location last Monday evening, fill a suitcase and a duffel bag with bottles valued at about $4,000 and take off without paying. A customer followed the getaway car and called police. About a half hour later, police pulled over a car in Pickering. The 37, 42, and 48-year-old men inside were arrested. They've now been charged. Investigators think at least 2 of the suspects may have stolen from other LCBO.
742 and 48.
In 60 seconds,
So
we'll
they
check
know
the
better.
roads as
They're
well as your
drunk,
extended
dreaming up a
forecast.
plan to
680
fucking.
news
Well, I
time,
know I will get
8:50.
fucking money for booze. We're just gonna get some vibe. We got a plan, eh?
Reminding you nothing can replace family time.
Even if I like every photo of my
They
kids,
didn't mention that they recovered the fucking booze, eh?
I
Fuck.
always comment and even use smiley emojis.
Or if they were drunk when they got found, eh?
Animated gifts.
Or you could take
I saw a cop punch a shoplifter in the head like 8 fucking times. The guy wasn't resisting.
Or call your Marlin Travel
He had 6
professional.
bottles of vodka. And he's punching him in the head over and over. For what?
At Tirecraft,
I
we
didn't
know
have
real life happens at the worst possible
camera
time.
proper.
A flat tire on your truck in the mall parking lot.
But I'm a living
rolling sound that
witness.
throws a wrench in your auto
Eyewitness.
drive. The first snowstorm hits, and your winter tires are still in storage.
The
When real life
opposite.
happens, trust Tirecraft. Until December 31st, get a
I'm
$40
gonna put you
GT
enough
Radio
fucking
prepaid Visa
confidence,
card by mail when you purchase a set
You know,
of 4
because that's my
GT
job in
Radio
my
Ice Pro
family
3
like years
tires
ago.
or other
That's why I got that
qualifying
name.
models.
That's what it literally
Tirecraft.
means.
Real
I
people
don't need a
servicing
fucking
real life.
name to describe what I do about it.
680 news time, 8:51. Time for traffic and weather
Translate the
together
Dutch
on
into
the
whatever
ones. Here is Kyle
language you
Update.
want.
This
And it
report
says the
brought to you
same
by
thing. But
Queensway Audi. The only problem right now is on the westbound QEW west of Dorval, and it's a stalled transport in the right lane. Heavy tow truck there working on it. No delay in the area. So all in all, a fairly smooth drive in the GTA, but we've been telling you about this snow squall activity north of us on the 400 and the 404. Reduced visibility north of the GTA. So we're talking about north of Highway 88 on the 400 up towards the Barrie area, and on the 404 north of about Davis Drive through Newmarket and beyond that. Now, Traffic Spotter just updated me again on this delay northbound 404 approaching the Woodbine ramp, so right at the end of the 404. I've had a couple of calls on malfunctioning traffic lights here. They may be stuck because it sounds like at least 5 minutes between signals for the green to get off of this north 404 and on to Woodbine. So I'm going to give the MTO a call about this and see what they can do about it. Right now, we're seeing delays. You approach that Woodbine ramp, and it's very
highway
heavy.
interchanges, don't they
While
go
we're in
longer
this
anyway?
area, I'll tell you about a closure on Queensville Side Road. It's shut down in both directions from Woodbine over to Warden, and that's because of a collision investigation. York Regional Police on scene. And again, as far as the rest of the highways go in the GTA, no delays. The last little bit of volume we were waiting for to clear up was on the East 401. Everything from Bayview over towards Kennedy now moving quite well. Right now, lease select new Audi models from only 1.98% for 48 months, plus receive up to $5,000 in Audi event credits. Visit AudiQueensway.ca. Your next report at 9:01, and with the forecast, here's Natasha Ramsahai.
Snow and blowing snow thanks to snow squalls across the north and east ends of the GTA. Could see a little bit of snow through the west end as well, but overnight we got to wait for those winds to ease. That'll pull the squalls back towards the lakes to the north and clear things out. Temperatures down to -14, wind chill -20 in the morning. It is a sunny start to Wednesday with a mix of sun and cloud in the afternoon and a high of -3, and then 1 to 3 centimeters of snow coming Wednesday night into Thursday morning. So leave some extra time for that commute. Some spots could even wake up to 5 centimeters. Thursday afternoon drier with a high of 1 degree, and then a rain snow mix for Friday with a high near 3. Tonight we're down to a low -14 degrees, wind chill near -20.
Right now in downtown Toronto, -7, a few clouds in the sky. It's -9 at Pearson Airport. 680 news time, 8:53.
This extended forecast is brought to you by CatwalkToClosets.com. Save 50% at the Ben Sherman Warehouse Sale, 190 Norseman Street, Etobicoke. Visit CatwalkToClosets.com. That's catwalk, number 2, closets.com.
Hello, Alpine Credits.
Hi, I own my home. I need money for approved.
Wait, that was mine.
Approved.
Hey,
Approved.
you own your home, so you are
Approved.
Please stop.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just
Approved.
Oh, you got me. So I'm
Approved.
At Alpine Credits, we try to approve all home equity loan applications, regardless of your credit, age, or income. Find out more at alpinecredits.ca. Alpine Credits. Homeowners get approved. Fiscal license 12616 and 12617.
When you need to know. Breaking news.
There is a major power outage in the city.
Traffic.
How about this for another piece of good news? Trucks approaching Davis have also cleared weather.
We're watching a pretty strong cell that does have the capability of producing a tornado.
When you need to know.
We're here.
This is 680 News.
The hourglass could be running out for Days of Our Lives.
Like sand through the hourglass.
After more than 50 years on the air, Days of Our Lives' days may be numbered. According to multiple reports, the entire cast of the NBC soap opera has been released from their contracts, and the show will go on indefinite hiatus next month. Days of Our Lives, the longest-running entertainment show in NBC history, hasn't been canceled, and it'll have enough episodes in the can to run through next summer. But of the four remaining network soaps, Days has the smallest audience. Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Hollywood.
In 1 minute, we'll check in at the Business Center with Richard Southern, 680 News Time, 8:55.
It only takes one person to change the world. The Maclean's Power of One podcast brings you the gripping stories of 6 unsung heroes who made history.
Some episodes of soap operas. I'm not a soap opera watcher. Don't confuse those two things.
This special 6-episode series, produced in partnership with Frequency Podcast Network, is brought to you by the latest season of Tom Clancy's John Ryan, only on Amazon Prime Video. Subscribe to the Power of One.
Not enough episodes in order to make any fucking sense of it. There's always these flashbacks and things.
Our Canadian winter is about to come
People
down
look like
on
you're on
us. With
acid.
a visit to Mercedes-Benz Oakville Service Center, your Mercedes-Benz will be ready
I
for the
thought you were
wintry
dead.
drives home.
No, that
Ask
was
us
my
to
evil
compare a set
twin
of
brother. You
Mercedes
have a
original
twin
winter
brother
tires versus
trying
all
to steal
seasons.
the
And
company
when you're
from
having
me.
your
What the fuck are
tires
you
changed
people
over,
talking
ask
about?
for seasonal check of your
Oh,
batteries,
she is my
wipers,
baby.
and so on.
What?
Handling the cold and icy roads means being able to properly see them too.
I can get that drama. I get that drama in real life. I got a schedule every day at 2, 2:33, and 3:30. I gotta be right here watching. Yeah, I know the fucking approximate time.
Now your business report here is Richard Southern.
Well, when
You
Canadians
get
are
a like
melting
these
that
like 2-hour
plastic
little
piling on the
gap,
credit
and then
card
fucking
debt.
after using
Interestingly,
this.
though, not many people are worried about it. Get a load of some of these new stats from Capital One Canada. 60% of Canadians are earning the same or less money than they did last year. Yet 48% are spending more. 32% have increased their debt. And 1 in 4 Canadians now use credit cards to bridge the gap between paychecks, using plastic to cover those everyday expenses. Yet, despite all this,
Making more and
44%
spending less.
say they're going to get their debt paid off in 1 or 2 years. They're
And
not too
the
worried about
city's
it.
trying to claim I owe them money. I guess you could say no.
E-cigarette company laying off 650 workers and planning to cut $1 billion next
You're gonna
year.
put me in jail
According
and
to a
spend money?
report in the Wall Street Journal, the cuts come as the company prepares for softer sales and recently announced plans to stop selling some of its flavored e-cigarette pods in the United States, and those non-tobacco flavors account for 80% of its U.S. sales. On the markets, TSX up 26 points. Not
You always don't have taste buds, eh?
16,909. Gold stocks among some of the better performers today. The yellow metal up $2 to 1,458 U.S. dollars the ounce. Price for oil down a couple of cents, $56.75 the barrel on Wall Street. No budging for the Dow. It remains unchanged at 27,691. The S&P was up 4 points. The Nasdaq up 21. At a record finish, U.S. President Trump suggested a trade deal between the U.S. and China could happen soon, though he didn't clarify the timeline or offer any explanations as to when tariffs would be rolled back. Canadian dollar down to 75.53 cents U.S. At the Business Center, I'm Richard Southern.
At Pizza Nova, there's something for every pizza lover. Create your own masterpiece with some of our vegan or vegetarian options that include our dairy-free mozzarella, our gluten-free multigrain dough, and our gourmet vegetarian toppings. Ciao, I'm Dominic Trimucci, and I invite you to taste the difference.
When you need to know, now.
680news.com.
All we said was William Ashley and...
The William Ashley Warehouse Sale? It's finally here! I love the William Ashley
Jesus.
Warehouse Sale. 20 departments, 25,000 square feet. It's Toronto's most iconic warehouse sale. Come on, let's go!
You can't have this much fun shopping online. The 44th annual William Ashley Warehouse Sale returns with up to 90% off tableware, kitchenware, and home decor by all the famous brands you know and love from William Ashley. Sale on now. 111 Credit View Road, Highway 400 in Langstaff.
Getting you where you need to go
Faster.
The most traffic in Toronto. 680 News.
Checking some regional conditions. In Brampton, a few clouds, -9. In Milton, -10 and partly cloudy. Up in Orangeville, it's -9 and partly cloudy. And over in Newmarket, -9 with some clouds. In downtown Toronto, -7, a few clouds in the sky, -9 at Pearson Airport. 6:80 news time is 9 o'clock.
Number 1 for breaking news, traffic, and weather. This is 680 News, Toronto.
Good evening. It's Tuesday, November 12th. I'm Lucas Castelletto.
And I'm Caitlin Lee. Here's what's making news this hour.
A record no one wants to break. The coldest November 13th ever could be on the way. And oh yeah, more snow too. Don Cherry says he will apologize for his divisive comments about new immigrants that got him fired.
Police hoping surveillance footage will lead them to the vandal who defaced a cenotaph less than 24 hours after a Remembrance Day ceremony.
Mayor Tory says police will do a thorough investigation after a 2-year-old girl was struck and killed by an AC unit in Scarborough. Boston Bruins erupting in the second period against the Panthers. The Maple Leafs will welcome back Zach Hunt, and 4 regulars will be out of the lineup when the Raptors visit Portland Sports at 15.
A 26-point game for the TSX as it notches a record high finish, and so many streaming services launching now, including Disney, that old reruns are selling for big money. Business at 26.
680 News Time, 9:01.
It's time for traffic and weather together on the ones with Toronto's most frequent traffic reports. Here's Kyle Hawking.
This report brought to you by Appleby College. It's a fairly quiet drive if you're in the GTA right now. The only problem is on the westbound QEW west of Dorval. Stalled transport in the right lane. Tow truck on scene along with a maintenance vehicle. It looks like no delays through this area, and that's the story right now along pretty well all of our highways in the GTA. That's a bit of a different story, though, if you're traveling northbound, or if you're traveling north, I should say, north of the GTA, along the 400 or the 404. We've got snow squall activity as well affecting the eastbound and westbound 407 out in the north end of Durham region, or I should say through Brooklyn and areas out that way. So just be aware, if you're traveling north or east of the city, you may run into reduced visibility and snowy conditions. So we've been battling with this 404 issue right at the top end at Woodbine, so in Georgina, at the end of the ramp. So at the end of the 404, the traffic lights are stuck. They're malfunctioning. I just was in touch with Roads Dispatch at York Region Transportation Services. They are aware of this traffic light issue, and they're going to see if they can get it remedied. Right now, traffic is backed up north 404, approaching that Woodbine ramp right at the top end. And it sounds like the traffic lights aren't flashing or they're not out, but they're just sort of stuck, and the cycle is taking quite a while to turn to green for traffic to turn off of that ramp. So that's what the issue is. If you wish to avoid that and you haven't yet reached Woodbine, you can take the north 404 ramp to Queensville Side Road. Just be aware, though, of 2 issues in this area. We've heard that the ramp has not been plowed and it's very snowy. And then we've got a closure on Queensville Side Road from Woodbine over to Warden. So that's not a good alternate for you if you want to get off at Queensville and use Queensville itself closed for a collision investigation. Learn more about Appleby College at their final open house of 2019 this Saturday, November 16th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. or visit appleby.on.ca. Your next report at 9:11, and with the forecast, here's Natasha Ramsahai.
Snow squalls off to the north and east of the GTA, finally starting to ease overnight tonight as we drop to a very cold low of -14, wind chill near -20 as you wake up in the morning. It'll be mainly sunny to start, increasing afternoon cloud with a high of -3. Tonight, we're down to a cold low of -14 degrees.
Right now in downtown Toronto, -7 degrees, a few clouds in the sky. It's -9 at Pearson Airport. 680 News Time, 9:03.
You're lying. Record-breaking November snow has moved on for now, but we're still feeling the effects of an early winter.
That is a racing cold. Lord, is it cold?
Extreme cold weather alert has been issued as a blast of Arctic air will see temperatures continue to plunge.
680's Cam Doran joins us live with the details. Cam.
Caitlin, breaking records is usually a good thing, but not when it comes to the coldest day in November. It's shaping up to be the coldest 13th ever in the month, -14, and feeling like -20 with the wind chill. There's also snow squalls to deal with. So today's meteorologist Natasha Ramsahai says they can make driving difficult.
Snow squalls are highly localized, and that means you can be driving through completely clear skies and or sunshine, and then bam, you hit right into a snow squall, whiteout conditions and near zero visibility almost instantaneously, and that's what makes them so dangerous.
And the extreme cold is dangerous for those without homes in the city. Homeless advocate Kathy Crow says there simply isn't enough space.
We need more than one warming center at Metro Hall for the entire city. Somebody pointed out to me last night that there's about 50 people just sleeping along Bloor Force Street. We need an emergency declared.
Metro Hall will stay open until the extreme cold weather alert is lifted. Reporting live, I'm Cam Doritz. Ski resorts in cottage country are celebrating all of this snow. Horseshoe Resort in Barrie will open for the season tomorrow morning. It's the earliest opening day on record, and it's thanks to the recent snowfall, cold temperatures, and new snowmaking equipment. Mount St. Louis Moonstone plans to open on Friday morning. Blue Mountain in Collingwood hasn't set an opening date yet, but says its crews are busy making snow and have a lot of ground to cover.
680 News Time, 9:05. One woman is in hospital after she was rescued from a burning home in Etobicoke. The fire broke out around 6 o'clock this evening in the Islington and Lakeshore Boulevard area. Toronto Fire tells 680 News the woman's injuries are considered serious. The fire has been put out.
Ex-Coach's Corner host Don Cherry says that he regrets the choice of words that led to his firing. The 85-year-old hockey commentator is speaking about the controversy that continues to swirl surrounding his comments about immigrants and poppies. Cherry says he would have gone back on Coach's Corner to apologize or send out a note, but whatever Sportsnet asked him to do was too much in his eyes. In an interview with City News, Cherry tried to explain what he meant by the now infamous words, "you people."
Okay,
that's my hashtag, you stealer. Somebody set this shit up,
right? It could have been English, it could have been Scotch, could have been, but it didn't make any difference. The silent majority that are for me don't say a word. But the other people, and when that comes, they look
they're talking, and we're telling them to shut the fuck up.
That's why I'm gone.
Cherry also said that he's disappointed Ron McLean didn't come to his defense. The full interview is at 680news.com.
Well, just today, after a snowy Remembrance Day ceremony, police are investigating after the cenotaph in front of Old City Hall was vandalized. The words, "Ye broke faith with us," were found spray painted this morning in big blue letters around the base of the memorial. On the back, it says, "With us." The vandalism has many outraged.
It's like they are dying again when you do something like this. You come and then show the respect, and that's it, nothing else.
It's shameful because these people, men and women, give up their lives for us, and I feel like people in today's world don't
Everyone's
understand
still alive, eh?
So, yeah, on any day it's horrible, but on a day that everyone's mourning the loss of everyone, it's even worse.
Crews arrived at the cenotaph around 11 this morning to remove the graffiti. Mayor John Tory says defacing a public monument like this is, quote, disgraceful and unacceptable.
You're listening to All News Radio.
I arrived at
11:45. A Toronto police officer accused of beating a young black man nearly 3 years ago took the stand today. Michael and Christian Theriault are accused of brutally beating would-be teenager Devontae Miller. Pam Seidel of City News was in the courtroom.
Theriault told the court today that both he and his brother feared for their lives, and he acted in self-defense. He admits that he punched Devontae Miller numerous times, everywhere he could, in his head, his body, and his face, as hard as he could, but says that it was in response to Devontae Miller swinging and hitting both him and his brother with the pipe. Last week, court heard that it was Michael Theriault hitting Devontae Miller in the face with the pipe that caused his eye injury. Theriault said the incident began when he and his brother Christian caught two young men inside their father's truck.
In the accounts they gave separately to police after the incident, the brothers said they weren't injured during the encounter, though Christian Theriault said his head and limbs were sore. Miller's lawyers had previously said outside court that race played a role in the attack. The trial is expected to resume in the new year.
Banning handguns just in Toronto won't do anymore, with Toronto police reporting a record high 427 shootings in the city this year already. A team of advocacy groups got together at City Hall to address the idea of gun violence as a health issue. 680's Mark Douglas explains.
It's a call for a ban on handguns and semi-automatic military assault weapons for all of Canada.
There are now over 1 million legally owned handguns, and those are a major source of guns used in crime.
Dr. Wendy Souquier from the Coalition for Gun Control, that group and about a dozen others joined City Councillor Kristen Wong-Tam at the Toronto Board of Health meeting to call on every level of government to work together to finally do something about gun violence For Wong Tam, that means more than just banning weapons.
If we don't get to the roots of what causes violence and despair, we will not be able to get ourselves out of the situations that we're in.
From City Hall, I'm Mark Douglas.
In 30 seconds, we'll update you on gas prices.
680 News Time, 9:09.
When you need to know now.
680news.com.
Hello, I'm Daryl Hayashi, a former tax auditor. Over the past 20 years, I've dealt with thousands of Revenue Canada auditors, appeals, and collection officers. Let me use this experience to assist you in dealing with your corporate or personal tax problems. I understand that this can be a difficult time for you, but we can work on it together. Call me at 416.
In the US, the 3-round burst. Okay, that's not semi-automatic. What the fuck are you talking about? AR-15s? Those are not assault weapons or military.
Or email me at taxaudit@rogers.com.
It existed for like 6 years, 8 years as a civilian weapon before it was upgraded to become a military one. It's not the other way around.
To $1.14.9 a liter at most GTA stations. Traffic and weather together coming up.
680 News Time, 9:10.
1-800-GOT-JUNK ads have happy music because we're happy to crawl through your attic and dig through your basement. We make junk disappear anytime, anywhere. All you have to do is point. We drive clean, shiny trucks and wear snappy, happy uniforms because we're proud of what we do. We're the original and world's largest full-service junk removal company. All you have to do is point. We work until midnight, 7 days a week. Just call us 90 minutes before you need us to be there. 1-800-GOT-JUNK. 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
As headmaster of St. Andrews College in Aurora, I'm often asked by parents why our school is right for their son.
The second you enter, you know you're a part of something truly amazing. There are tons of arts and extracurricular activities.
71 teams, 21 sports. There are so many opportunities to become a leader. 100% of our students are accepted to university.
The teachers sincerely care. They push you to do your best.
And I have brothers for life.
Experience for yourself what a St. Andrews College Day or boarding program can offer your son. Join us for our open house on November 19th.
Details at sac.on.ca.
News Time, 9:11.
It's time for traffic and weather together on the ones with a look at the roads. Here's Kyle Hawking.
This report brought to you by Jack Astor's Restaurants. A couple of delays starting to pop up on the highways because of construction. Yeah, construction. It's November MTO. However, we're still doing construction for the overnights, even though we're going to be down to, minus 20 or something like that overnight tonight. Anyway, the East 401 is starting to slow from Lake Ridge to east of the 412. You're entering a construction zone. The left lane is blocked here. They've just set the cones down, so it is slowing through this area. Elsewhere, the East 401, not bad, but we'll keep an eye on a couple of other spots of construction that is just starting to come in now. And same on the westbound 401. Speeds look pretty good, but they're putting down the cones in a couple of spots that I'm worried about may cause delays. We have on the westbound Gardner, things slowing from west of Kipling to the 427, and that's because right at the 427, as you travel onto the QEW, the left lane is blocked for construction, so that's what's causing the delay just coming off the Gardner and heading onto the west QEW. And that stalled transport truck we had west of Dorval on the west QE, that's now clear. No delay in that area, never did cause one. If you're traveling north of the city, watch out for snow squall activity on the 400 north of about Highway 9. And on the 404 in the same area north of Davis Drive. We as well have the traffic lights malfunctioning on the 404 northbound, that right at the top end of it. The ramp to
everything's running slow. It's digital.
The traffic lights are stuck there. York region is aware of this. They're hoping to get a crew
maybe it is a motor that's
Try one of Jack Astor's 11 new Bolson Stouts, handcrafted and packed with fresh
These idiots will put a fan on something to blow cold air on it, expecting it to warm up. They can't figure out why they can't be ice railway switches
Squalls to the north and east. A few flakes flying through the west end of the GTA this evening, but overnight we're going to start to clear that out here. Temperatures down to minus 14 degrees, feeling like minus 20 though as you wake up in the morning. It's going to be a sunny start to Wednesday. Increasing cloud, a high of minus 3. Dry through the day, but after 6-7 p.m., a little bit of snow re-enters the scene. We've got 1 to 3 centimeters happening Wednesday night into the Thursday morning commute. Drier through the afternoon. Thursday's high 1 degree. Tonight we're down to a low of minus 14 degrees.
Right now in downtown Toronto, a few clouds, minus 7. It's minus 9 at Pearson Airport.
A familiar face will make his regular season debut with the Maple Leafs tomorrow in Long Island, and the Raptors will be without OG Anunoby for at least one game. Sports is coming up.
680 News Time, 9:14.
Welcome to the afterlife, old red sedan. It's a good thing your owner needed to get rid of you fast.
Well, is this where I become a kidney car?
It is.
You'll start supporting life-changing medical research and backing community education immediately.
Wow, and I thought I'd sit in that driveway forever.
Need to get rid of an old car? Don't scrap it. Your car has a higher calling. Get a fast, free, and friendly tow for a minimum $300 tax receipt. Donate at kidneycar.ca.
Imperial Difference Carpet and Home closeout collections and designs. Up to 80% off. Pay no tax. Art for your floor, from their looms to your rooms. New merchandise every month at unbeatable prices. Shop the one and only Imperial Difference Carpet and Home, the largest rug manufacturer's gallery in the world. Make the trip to save thousands. One location only, 1177 Caledonia Road, west of Dufferin, north of Lawrence. Go to imperialcarpetandhome.com. This is All News Radio, 680 News.
Partly cloudy, minus 7 degrees. Good evening. From the 680 News Broadcast Center, I'm Lucas Castelletto.
And I'm Caitlin Lee. Here are the top stories this hour.
Don't let today's sunny skies fool you. It's going to be cold tonight. So cold, in fact, the city of Toronto issuing an extreme cold weather alert that will be in effect until further notice. A woman has been transported to hospital with life-threatening injuries after being pulled from a house fire in Etobicoke. Fire crews responding to the area of Islington Avenue and Lakeshore Boulevard West just after 6 o'clock this evening. The cause of the fire is not yet known. 680 News Time, 9:15. And now for 680 Sports, from Sportsnet 590 The Fan, brought to you by Bodog.net. Here's Colin Teskey.
Lucas, happening now on Sportsnet after posting 4 goals in the second. The Bruins watching that lead whittle away here in the third. Aaron Ekblad and Frank Petrano each with goals in the third. It's now a 4-2 lead for Boston midway through the final period. Eric Robinson scoring his first National Hockey League goal. That gave the Jackets a 1-0 lead on the road in Montreal. Now in the third, Brendan Gallagher looking to tie things up.
Let the offensive blue line again. His hammers have been knocked away. This is Gallagher walking in. Fires his scores.
1-1 now in the third. Meantime, Zach Hyman will return to the Maple Leafs lineup tomorrow. Nick Patan and goaltender Kazimir Kaskasuo will be called up from the Marlies ahead of their matchup with the red-hot New York Islanders. Elliot Friedman reporting the LA Kings have told Ilya Kovalchuk that he's not going to play for the foreseeable future. Kovalchuk can practice with the club, but he's not playing. And Kovalchuk has 1 more year on his contract worth $6.25 million. The Raptors will miss 4 regulars when they face Portland tomorrow. That includes OG Anunoby, who is out with an eye contusion. And Paul George could make his season debut with the Clippers as early as tomorrow night. Sports at 15 and 45 past every hour or anytime on the home of Tim and Sid on TV and radio. Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
680 News Time, 9:17.
Bodog.net wants to show you how to make a play. When it feels like all of Canada says no, you're asking why not. When everyone's got LA as the favorite, you're repping the underdog from the 6. When your friends say your team is just a bunch of hype, you say, bring it on. When the odds are stacked against you, the post-game tastes that much sweeter. Don't miss a chance to make a play at Bodog.net, your source of free casino games, poker strategy, and live sports odds.
Tanya likes to avoid risks. She's never made a souffle for fear that it won't rise. She won't text her friends because they might not text her back. But she does like investing with HSBC's new GIC offer because there's no risk at all. It's guaranteed to give her 2.15% interest over 12 months. A year from now, she'll spend her returns on some neutral colored furniture. Get 2.15% per annum on a 12-month non-redeemable GIC until December 31st, 2019. Terms apply. Learn more at hsbc.ca/GIC.
News Time, 9:18. In less than 1 week, tens of thousands of high school teachers and support staff could be off the job. Catholic teachers are actually holding strike votes today and tomorrow.
What do you people do for money when you go off work?
25th.
Oh, shit.
Elementary school teachers may follow suit. Talks are continuing with all 3 unions over the next couple of days. Christina Howard of City News has more on the state of negotiations.
Last month, Education Minister Stephen Lecce said he would introduce a cap of 25 students per class, but that's the average size and doesn't factor in things like grade levels or streams. For example, applied students who may need more assistance from teachers.
They're still proposing using our high school students as guinea pigs in a completely untried experiment of 4 mandatory e-learning courses.
The union wants that off the table until there's been further study. And then there's the issue of compensation. Bill 124, passed late last week, caps all salary increases in the public sector at 1%. That's less than the rate of inflation and about half of what teachers are asking for.
If there is a strike, parents will be given at least 5 days' notice. 6 City News Time 919. Toronto Community Housing confirms the apartment building in which a child was killed when a window air conditioner fell 8 floors on top of her was in fact one of its buildings. The city-owned corporation has issued a statement saying it is deeply saddened by the death and offering condolences to the family. It also says TCHC staff are reviewing yesterday's incident and will take any appropriate action once the facts are known. It also says TCHC staff are on site today at the building on Lawrence near Scarborough Golf Club Road to assist tenants who require support. Peel police hope a crash reward will lead to an arrest in what they've classified as a mistaken identity murder. Tomorrow will mark the 1-year anniversary of Jason Ramkishoon's killing. The 23-year-old was shot dead driving on the 410 near Courtney Park in a case of mistaken identity. Inspector Marty Ottaway says police are offering $25,000 to help find the person responsible for his senseless death.
We've had many homicide cases where witnesses have come forward with critical information against in dangerous circumstances, and we have they've always been protected and been taken care of, and there's never ever once been an issue with a witness in those cases in the past.
Both Jason and the intended target were shot a week later in the same area.
What the fuck's he talking
the same
about?
type of vehicle. 6 City News Time 920.
This holiday, what if giving also felt like getting? At Indigo
Yeah, I remember they killed the second guy and I just talked over it, but they hit this fucking same model car the fucking next week. Same color, same model car. And it was
Visit us in store or
supposedly the intended
When
target.
I opened my bakery, I was over the moon. But the constant paperwork brought me back down to earth. Then, things got easier when I opened the RBC Digital Choice Business Account Package with unlimited features like electronic debit and credit transactions, Moneris, and mobile check deposits. Now, I spend less time sifting through business transactions and more time sifting flour for my heavenly butter tarts.
Visit rbc.com/less hassle and make things easier with the RBC Digital Choice Business Account Package.
6 City News Time 921. It's time for traffic and weather together on the ones. Here's Kyle Hawking.
This report brought to you by Audi Oakville. All of a sudden, everything is happening on the westbound 401. We have construction, a stalled vehicle, a couple of pieces of debris. So let's go through in order. If you're traveling west 401 through Brock Street, the left lane is blocked for construction, so a minor delay through there. It's really not bad, though. Then our first piece of debris is west of McCowan in the Express. Looks like a large piece of furniture or something. Traffic spotter reported this to me. Looks like it's in the left lane, mostly on the left shoulder, so just watch out for that. That's west 401 McCowan Express. Part of the left lane affected with a large piece of debris. And then west of Kennedy in the Express, the right lane's blocked by the MTO. There's a stalled vehicle on the shoulder. Again, no delay through this area. Then we have another piece of furniture, west 401, west of the 404.
Whoa, wait,
near the
see?
Don Mills overpass in the Express. Apparently a chair in the center lane. So not sure if there's a car dropping furniture driving along the west 401, but we've got two pieces of furniture, it sounds like. One west of McCowan Express. The
Wait,
other
what
west
kind of
404
furniture,
Express.
yo?
The rest of the highway is far less eventful. Eastbound 401, we have some construction going on
So
in
you gotta
your
get a
region.
bush bar on your
Right
car.
now, things are slow from
Bam,
Woodbridge to
smash
about
it.
Brock Street, where we have construction
Safety
being set up
glass.
right
Even
now.
if it
They're
hits
in
it
the
and
left
breaks it,
lane,
it's
so
not
that's
gonna
what's causing
get
the
sharp,
delay there.
right?
And if you're traveling north of the GTA, we've got snow squall activity affecting the
Think of a
400 north
Charger
of
with a
Highway
police
9
bar type
and the
shit.
404 north of Davis Drive as well. One more spot of construction causing delays. The westbound Gardner slow from just west of Kipling to the 427 as you head on to the west QEW. At the 427, the left lane is blocked for maintenance, and that's what's causing that delay. Right now at Audi Oakville, it's a 2019 Audi A3 for $348 per month at 1.98% with $6,588 down. Plus, get a $3,000 Audi event credit. Details at AudiOakville.com. Your next report at 9:31, and with the forecast, here's Natasha Ramsahai.
Accumulating snow thanks to those snow squalls happening to the north and east ends of the GTA. We are going to start to taper that off overnight tonight as the wind eases. That'll pull those squalls back towards Georgian Bay. Temperatures under mainly clear skies here in the city down to minus 14 degrees, waking up to wind chills near minus 20. It'll be a sunny start to Wednesday, increasing cloud through the afternoon with a high of minus 3, wind chill minus 8, and then another round of snow coming just in case you needed some more. It's coming Wednesday night into Thursday morning's commute. It'll be anywhere from 1 to 3 centimeters, but a couple of spots right along the lake could see up to 5 centimeters of snow. That will likely slow down that morning commute. Thursday afternoon, drier, a little bit of sun with a high of 1 degree, and then Friday, mainly cloudy, looking for a rain-snow mix and a high of 3 degrees. Tonight, we're down to a low of minus 14.
Right now in downtown Toronto, it's now dipped down to minus 8 degrees. It feels like minus 17 with that wind chill. It's under partly cloudy skies. Over at Pearson International Airport, few clouds, minus 10, feeling now like minus 20. 680 News Time, 9:24.
If you haven't taken the time to visit Lando Lighting recently and you're looking to freshen up your home, then wait no longer. New lighting can make all the difference in your home. Designers know it's the key ingredient to making a room stand apart from the rest. So isn't it time you visit the lighting specialists at Lando Lighting? With a massive selection of lighting and the best prices, there's no reason to go anywhere else. And right now, enjoy savings of up to 60%. Everything looks better with Lando Lighting. 210 Clarence Street, Brampton.
Making your smart speaker even smarter.
Hey Google, play 680 News.
Playing 680 News.
Coming up in 60 seconds, we'll head to the Business Center with an update from Richard Southern. 680 News Time, 9:25.
At Rogers, get business-grade internet solutions like Rogers Business Internet Pro Gigabit plus Office 365. Now just $119.99 a month on a 3-year term. Visit rogers.com/internet for biz.
You can make more.
Why pay more? Switch your current alarm system to the monitoring center today and take advantage of our wholesale monitoring rates starting as low as $9.99 per month. Call for your free quotation.
I fucking hate JavaScript,
for your home security. Switch your alarm system to the monitoring center today and save. Think security? Think the monitoring center. Why? Because we care.
1-800-24-7 for $9.99. 1-800-24-7 for $9.99.
At Rogers, get business-grade internet solutions like Rogers Business Internet Pro Gigabit plus Office 365. Now just $119.99 a month on a 3-year term. Visit rogers.com/internet for biz.
Whoa.
680 News Time, 9:26. Now for the 680 News Business Report, here's Richard Southern.
Well, however you watch television, you're probably feeling the content crunch like never before. Streaming is where it's at, and everyone and their dog has a streaming service, it seems. Disney launched its called Disney Plus. There's, of course, Netflix, the market leader. There's Crave, Amazon Prime. We have NBC in the States launching one. HBO Max is coming out soon. And content is king. You have to have something on these services. And so the end result has been old reruns selling for unbelievable amounts of money. The Big Bang Theory is believed to have sold for as much as $1 billion to HBO Max, that catalog. All the South Park episodes went for $500 million to HBO Max.
Oh my God, they killed Kitty.
Seinfeld's entire show went for $500 million to Netflix.
Who owns MTV's oddities?
Went for $500 million to NBC's Peacock streaming service launching next year. That's what she said. And Friends, all those episodes going for $425 million to HBO Max. Disney stock up 1.33%, $138.58. Reporting earnings after the bell, it is Tilray, the cannabis company, third quarter revenue surging 400% year on year to $51.5 million. Although the adjusted bottom line, not what traders were looking for, it was the bigger than expected loss, totaling at $23.5 million. TSX up 23 points, a record high finish at 16,909.
That's not even on the fucking screen.
The price
Why
for
the
the
fuck did I click on that?
$1,457 US dollars the ounce. The Dow unchanged. S&P was up 4. The Nasdaq gained 21 points. U.S. President Trump detailing plans to sign a trade deal with China, though he didn't give any new timeline on that, and he didn't indicate when tariffs may be lifted. Canadian dollar 75.57 cents U.S. At the Business Center, I'm Richard Southern.
What's taking up space in your office? Printers, servers, old monitors, and desktops? Recycle My Electronics has a dedicated and free pickup service for e-waste just for businesses. We certify destruction and provide a comprehensive tracking process.
Let's try
You can feel
reading the
confident
shit.
and
This shit
secure
will fucking
while
work,
keeping
right?
sustainability front and center. Schedule a pickup today by calling 1-833-NO-E-WASTE. That's 1-833-NO-E-WASTE. Or visit recyclemyelectronics.ca. The future is in your hands. Don't let it go to waste.
680 News.
Now part of your smart home.
Hey Google, play 680 News.
Playing 680 News.
Everyone's talking about the hit musical sensation Come From Away. It's a true story. Thousands of people stranded in a small town in Newfoundland on 9/11. The locals.
Oh, is that a 6? Whoa. 6 are fucking people are stupid. 6 are. Let's call a guy to our house from our phone and then rob him. 6 arrested, firearm seized in investigation after food delivery person robbed. Police say a fire. Why you got a gun like that? You're robbing fucking food. Fuck. Police. Jesus Christ, man. Police say a firearm was seized along with ammunition in an armed. It's a friggin'. I don't know the name, but it's not a bullpup. It's a fucking. It looks like what people. Oh, it's an assault rifle. It's just similar to a M16, but it's smaller. Police say a firearm was seized along with ammunition in an armed robbery investigation following an alleged mugging of a food delivery person. There's enough ammunition there to have a little shootout, eh? I'm not counting, but it looks like 30 rounds. An investigation into an alleged mugging has led to the arrest of 6 people. Officers responded to a call for a robbery in the Ellesmere and Brimley Roads area on November 4th, shortly before 10 p.m. Why are you telling us today? Toronto police say a man approached a food delivery person in the area and produced a handgun. That's not a handgun, man. I mean, it fits in a hand. It's a gun that you could carry in your hand. That's not a handgun. The magazine is behind the fucking grip, and it's got a foregrip. And it's got a carry handle that looks like a C7, but it's not a C7. Looks like a Frankenstein, man. Fucking hell. He allegedly robbed a delivery person of credits, cards, money, and the food he was delivering. Give me that. After initial investigation, police executed a search warrant at the suspect's home 2 days later. They say they seized a semi-automatic rifle and an overcapacity magazine loaded with 27 rounds. It's not overcapacity. It's prohibited by the fact that it's over 10 rounds. But it's not overcapacity if it fits the fucking gun. A 37-year-old woman, an 18-year-old man, and 4 boys, so that's under 18 probably, all from Toronto, are facing multiple firearms charges, including unauthorized possession of a firearm, possession of a firearm with an altered serial number, and unsafe storage of a firearm. 2 of the boys are facing additional charges of robbery with a firearm. Police say the identity of the adults cannot be released as it would identify the children. They were all scheduled to appear in court on November 6th. So you can go there and watch it and listen to them say their names and shit. And just, the police won't give a press release with those names and the media won't release them. Give us their fucking names. What the fuck are you doing? Why are you robbing a pizza delivery guy? Sell the fucking gun, stupid. Jesus Christ. It's a fucking... I don't know what the fuck it is. I don't know what to call it. 27... How many rounds? It was loaded with 27 rounds. What did I say? It looked like 30? So... I've never seen that shit, I don't think. Let's see if there's anything at the bottom of the alley.
And temperatures about 5 degrees colder than last night. We're down to a low of minus 14 degrees, wind chill near minus 20 in the morning, and we're getting up to minus 3. It'll be a struggle to get there, but we'll hopefully get up to minus 3 with a little bit of afternoon cloud, but staying dry through the day. Tonight we're down to a low of minus 14 degrees.
Minus 7 degrees right now in downtown Toronto with that wind chill feeling like minus 18 over at Toronto International Airport. Minus 9 degrees, feeling like minus 20. 680 News Time, 9:33.
Is it Toronto International Airport?
Well, our first major snowfall has come and gone, so bring on the cold. Toronto's chief medical officer issuing the first extreme cold weather alert of the season for the city ahead of a big drop in temperature tonight.
680's Cam Dorrit is on the weather watch and joins us live with more details. Cam.
Lucas, the temperature has started to drop and it won't stop until later sometime tomorrow after breaking snowfall and low temperature records yesterday. 680's meteorologist Natasha Ramsey says somehow it's only getting worse.
Tomorrow morning, we're going to do it again. In fact, it's going to be about 5 degrees colder tomorrow morning. I'm forecasting the morning low of minus 14 degrees.
And if freezing isn't your thing, how about shoveling? Snow squalls to the north and east will spread some flurries around the GTA. People could wake up to 5 centimeters in some areas. Just one warming center open tonight as well. Metro Hall opened its doors at 7 this evening. It will stay open until the extreme cold alert is lifted. You can listen to our weather reports every 10 minutes on the ones. Reporting live, I'm Cam Dorrit.
680 News Time, 9:34. A fire in a home near 8th Street and Emerald Crescent in Etobicoke has sent one person to hospital. Toronto Police Constable Allison Douglas Cook tells 680 News the woman suffered serious injuries.
There was one person, one occupant of the home, who's since been assisted out of the home by Toronto Fire, and her injuries have been deemed to be serious.
The woman's husband managed to get out of the house on his own.
You're listening to All News Radio 680 News. Don Cherry continued his media rounds tonight with an appearance on Fox News. Cherry was interviewed by conservative commentator Tucker Carlson, who defended Cherry's comments on Saturday about immigrants and poppies.
Why is that controversial?
Don't ask me. And the big thing is, I should have said, if I had to come through, if I had been smart and protected myself, I should have said everybody should be wearing a poppy.
Yeah,
like I went downtown Trump. Yeah, and that's fair enough to the whole thing. It's the 2 words that got it, that you people, and as you know, people are very sensitive like that.
Tucker Carlson tonight is one of the most popular shows during its time slot on U.S. cable. Critics say Carlson routinely uses his show to air anti-immigrant rhetoric.
680 News Time, 9:36. Toronto police are investigating a disturbing case of vandalism at the Old City Hall Cenotaph. They were called this morning after someone spray painted "You broke faith with us" in blue paint. It comes just one day after Remembrance Day ceremonies took place at the foot of the Cenotaph, which honors Canadian soldiers who died in the war.
I think vandalism itself, any day, is horrible, but it says it right there, "To our glorious dead," and then vandalism is right there. I mean, it's stupid.
It's very bad to do it any time. It's especially Remembrance Day. It's a ceremony that should be sacred to all Canadians.
The graffiti has now been removed.
680 News Time, 9:37. The off-duty police officer accused of assaulting Devontae Miller 3 years ago in Whitby took the stand in his own trial this afternoon. Speaking to a full Oshawa courtroom, Michael Theriault admitted he caused Miller's severe eye injury, but said he only punched him in self-defense. He testified neither he nor his brother Christian struck Miller with a weapon, saying it was Miller who was armed with a metal pipe found at the scene. The brothers are jointly charged with aggravated assault and separately charged with attempt to obstruct justice. Both have pleaded not guilty. Miller testified last week and he was severely beaten with a pipe and never had a chance to fight back. The trial is expected to resume in the new year.
680 News Time, 9:37. Mayor John Tory calls the death of a 2-year-old girl at a Toronto community housing building in Scarborough yesterday a tragic freak accident.
I'm happy that the police are conducting a very thorough investigation because we need to do that. Toronto Community Housing will have to do the same because the key question, of course, is how could an air conditioning unit like that have been fallen down 8 stories? How did that happen? What was going on at the time?
You're too busy writing fucking banning tickets to homeless people.
Offering condolences to the families, saying staff are reviewing the incident and will take any appropriate action once the facts are known.
It's It's all about fighting gun violence and its causes.
It's a beautiful
police
picture,
reporting
but
a
it
record
ain't
high
pretty.
427 shootings in the city so far this year, including 36 deaths. The call for a handgun ban is now going far beyond the boundaries of Toronto. 680's Mark Douglas has the story from City Hall.
About a dozen advocacy
So they'll use
groups stood
rifles.
up
What
with
the
a
fuck?
Toronto City Councillor this morning to call for a national handgun ban.
And we have to deal with the guns.
That's Dr. Wendy Souquier from the Coalition for Gun Control. She was just one of the many people joining Councillor Kristen Wong-Tam.
We go through this already, $2 billion on the fucking gun registry, the long gun registry.
Wong-Tam wants the weapons
There is no
ban,
long
but
gun
also
registry,
wants
but
to
you're going
see
to ban
all
handguns to the
governments
registry.
addressing
What
the
the fuck's the
root
point?
causes of gun violence.
We have to invest more in housing. We have to address the rampant poverty.
Their proposal also includes a national ban on semi-automatic military assault weapons. From City Hall,
I don't know what that
I'm Mark
is,
Douglas.
Disney's much-hyped new streaming service launched today, but it was a bit of a Mickey Mouse debut.
Called Disney Plus, the new streaming service from the entertainment conglomerate crashed on the first day. Many users experiencing error messages. Disney says it's working on it. It may, though, speak to big early demand for the service. It certainly has a lot of content because Disney owns so much. All the classic movies, your Pinocchios, your Snow Whites. There's Pixar, Marvel catalog on there. The Star Wars movies are up there as well, as are 30 seasons of The Simpsons. Some controversy, though. All those classic Simpson episodes are cropped in widescreen format. It means you miss out on some of the visual jokes in the show. And at least one new line was added to a Star Wars movie. The service costs $9 per month in Canada. At the Business Center, I'm Richard Sutter.
It only takes one person to change the world. The Maclean's Power of
Is
One
that all we get
podcast
to
brings you the gripping
motherfucker
stories of
owner?
6 unsung heroes
Is it
who made
small or
history.
is it
From
small
the
or is
World
it
War
just
II
fucking
double
cool?
agent who saved D-Day to the greatest financial whistleblower of all time. This special 6-episode series, produced in partnership with Frequency Podcast Network, is brought to you by the latest season of Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan, only on Amazon Prime Video. Subscribe to The Power of One for free at frequencypodcastnetwork.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
Now, the 680 News gas price update. Enpro predicts the price will drop a cent at midnight to $1.14.9 a liter at most GTA stations. 680 News Time, 9:40.
Looking for the best winter vacation deals? Save big with redtag.ca on destinations in the Caribbean, Mexico, or even Europe. Plus, enjoy savings on cruise getaways. Book your trip now and pay for it using our monthly payment plan. And get air miles reward miles on vacation packages.
5:29 p.m. It says Environment Canada forecasts the weather to drop to -12 overnight in Toronto with a wind chill of -17.
Your cold symptoms. You can
No,
carry
that's
around
okay.
a
No,
spoon
so I'm
of
getting
syrup
confused. They
filled
keep saying
with
14, but they're not saying the wind chill, right? You keep saying 14 without the wind. The wind chill's just going to kick in the morning, right?
Why not drop all that for a
It's going to
different
be -20 in the morning. It's windy now, motherfucker. I know it's windy right
for
now.
temporary symptom relief of cough, sore throat, and nasal congestion.
Just one drop, Cold Drops.
For a retailer near you, visit colddrops.com. This product may not be
The city says it will open a warming center downtown at Metro Hall at 7 p.m. Why isn't it 24 hours?
9:41, time for traffic and weather together on the ones. Here is Kyle Hawking.
This report brought to
Are
you
they
by
actually going to
Best
lock the
Buy.
doors at
If
5
you're
and unlock them
traveling
again at 7?
the 401 specifically, we have construction and then a couple of issues causing delays. Eastbound 401 from Dufferin to east of the Allen in the collectors. The left lane is blocked. So this is causing a minor delay through this area. And you'll also find delays starting to pop up a little bit on the East 401 just east of that point as you approach Avenue Road in the collectors where the right lane is blocked. So it's a bit of a maze to get through this one section of the East 401. Then slow again from Lake Ridge to about Brock Street. The left lane is blocked for construction here. And we also have construction being set up east on the 401 about midway between Harmony Road and Curtis Road, and that's blocking 2 right lanes. Only a single lane, a left lane is open through this area, and that's causing volume delays as a result. West 401's eased off through Brock Street now. Still do have construction in this area and ramp closures. The Brock Street ramps to the West 401 are still shut down, but speeds on the highway are okay. Watch out for debris west of McCowan in the Express, furniture in the left lane, and west of the 404 Express, a chair in the center lane. Somebody's been dropping furniture on the West 401. So just keep an eye out for that. If you're traveling up the 400 or the 404 north of the city, you're going to be into some less than ideal conditions. 400 northbound, Well, north and southbound, north of about Highway 88, though, up towards Barrie and north of that point as well. And the 404 north of about Davis Drive, up towards the top end. Snow squalls coming off of Georgian Bay, really making for some tricky conditions. And the northbound 404 ramp to Woodbine, right at the end, malfunctioning traffic lights, which isn't making things any easier. That's why it's bunched up at the end of the ramp. Returning to the city, the westbound Gardner backed up as he traveled through Kipling over to the 427. That's where we have the left lane blocked for construction. So that's what's causing the bunch up. Holiday excitement starts at Best Buy with the best tech gifts. Save $500 on a Sony 65-inch 4K TV at Best Buy. Your next report at 9:51, and with the forecast, here's Natasha Ramsahai.
Snow squalls with whiteout conditions at times, much reduced visibility happening to the north and east ends of the GTA through this evening. And then overnight, it'll start pulling back towards Georgian Bay and Lake Huron, so things will start to dry out. We're down to a low of minus 14 degrees. Waking up to sun, but also wind chills near minus 20. Dress for that as you head out the door. We'll have increasing afternoon cloud with a high of minus 3, and then snow returns Wednesday night. It'll continue into the Thursday morning commute. It's about 1 to 3 centimeters at this point. A couple of spots could skip to 5 centimeters, and then we'll dry out through the afternoon with a high of 1 degree. Tonight we're down to a low of minus 14 degrees.
Right now in downtown Toronto, a few clouds in the sky. It is minus 7, and Pearson Airport minus 9 and a few clouds. A coyote who was roaming around the Bronte Park area of Oakville for several days with a plastic container stuck on its head has now been rescued. The Oakville Milton Humane Society says it was able to catch the animal last night. It's now recovering at a wildlife refuge. 680 News John 944.
Hi, Alan Merriam for Merriam Pianos. Holiday season is almost here, and you probably know that Merriam Pianos sells more baby grands than anyone in Canada, with the best selection and top piano experts. But you might not know that Merriam also sells more digital pianos than any other piano store in the country, and we always match big box and online pricing. So visit Merriam for special holiday savings on our entire piano selection. Merriam Pianos in Oakville and Vaughan.
This is All News Radio, 680 News.
It is minus 7 and partly cloudy. Good evening from the 680 News Broadcast Center in downtown Toronto. I'm Caitlin Lee. Here are the top stories this hour. Toronto has issued its first extreme cold weather alert of the season. This as the mercury continues to drop. The good news is crews should be finishing up the plowing from yesterday's snow dump overnight. A woman is in hospital with serious injuries following a house fire in Etobicoke earlier this evening. The victim's husband managed to escape the flames. The fire has since been put out. And Toronto police are searching for a November 11th vandal. The Old City Hall cenotaph spray painted blue just hours after a Remembrance Day ceremony. Now time for 680 Sports, brought to you by Northwood Mortgage from Sportsnet 590 The Fan. Here is Colin Teske.
Well, Leaf fans watching this game closely as the team they're chasing in the standings for first, the Boston Bruins, watched a 4-goal lead disappear in the third against the Panthers.
For Barkov, for Huberdeau, back for Barkov, gets to the net, Eagles scores! Eagles scores!
So Florida scoring 4 in the third to tie things up. Overtime would solve nothing. Now in the shootout, the Panthers leading 2-1 with Charlie McAvoy trying to even things up for the Bruins. Under 2 minutes to play in Montreal. Jackets, Canadians tied at 1.
Off the bench comes Zach Werenski. In the circle, comes down low and scores! Zach Werenski puts the Blue Jackets in front. Less than 2 minutes left.
And Blue Jackets would win by that score. And going back to the Panthers and Bruins game, it is the Panthers who come all the way back from a 4-0 deficit to win 5-4 in the shootout. Montreal also tied that game with Columbus. They are in overtime. Rangers and Penguins, midway through the third, they are tied at 2. Blues up 2-1 on the Coyotes, and the Avalanche leading 1-0 on the Jets. Sports at 15 and 45 past every hour, or anytime on the home of Tim and Sid on TV and radio. Sportsnet 590. The Fan.
Holy shit. Holy shit, that's a lot of things.
It's a slap in the face. Your bank refused your mortgage. Don't get mad. Call Northwood Mortgage. Northwood Mortgage takes a closer look at your financial picture. Property equity, past record, the promise of performance, and more. Northwood Mortgage does everything they can to approve the mortgage you need. That's their business.